What's going on, everybody? If you're like me, you started watching the Spurs beat on the OKC Thunder and then you just turned the channel. It was unbelievably disgusting, bro. Look at Russell Westbrook's face right there, though. Like, this dude, you see, everybody got mad at Mark Cuban when he said he's not a superstar, that he's an all-star. And, you know, Kevin Durant and all this stuff, like, you know, Kevin Durant's calling him an idiot and all this kind of crap. I'm going to just explain something to you guys. I told you guys in previous recaps that the Spurs were the better team, that I gave OKC no chance of beating the Spurs. And everybody, oh, what about OKC? He kept on saying it. And now the beatdown that just happened last night, everybody's running around. Look, man, they beat on them like they were a stepchild, dog. Like, you know when you were a toddler and you think it's sweet to like teeter at running into the street and you get that first ass whooping and then you see the street and you're scared of the street as a toddler? You know what I'm talking about? That's what happened to these boys. It was a... Bro, did LaMarcus Aldridge really score 38 points in 30 minutes? What kind of D were these guys playing? You're supposed to have two of the best players in the league, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant. But they're always crying like goddamn babies and saying, oh, you know, Kevin Durant is too busy saying that Stephen A. Smith don't know nothing about him and worried about what everybody else is doing and not keeping his head in the game. Then he goes out there, get his ass whipped, and then he wants to pout. This is what my problem is, and I'm not saying that Kevin Durant is not a great player. I'm just saying that I gave OKC no chance to beat the Spurs, and all these OKC fans started jumping out of windows and shit like it was a fire, attacking me, and then now you get beat down like this. Like, listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. They probably won't get swept, but the Spurs are going to manhandle them on a consistent basis because the Spurs are built to win right now. And I told you guys that with or without Curry, the Spurs were going to freaking give the Golden State Warriors a run for their money. I don't know which way that'll turn out. I'm not certain right now, but I would lean toward the Spurs based on the way they look. Because I watched like the first 20 minutes of this game and I was like, you know what? I started doing something else. I just said, look, I started streaming on Twitch. Like, yo, it don't make no sense to watch any more of this. I don't need to see nothing else, man. Like, bro, it was crazy. The beatdown was ridiculous, bro. Have you guys ever seen Passion of the Christ? Like, bro, just think about that. Like, that's how the beating was so crazy. It was so ridiculous what happened to the OKC Thunder. Maybe Mark Cuban was right. Go ahead, yell at me. Tell me that Russell Westbrook is all this stuff like that. I'm going to tell you this right now. You don't get your ass whipped like that if you are what you say you are. And it's two of them. You got Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. Somewhere, somehow, you got to make plays. What are they going to say? They're going to say that the Spurs use underinflated basketballs and try to freaking destroy them like they did with that BS with Tom Brady? Is that going to be the next thing after you get your ass whipped all over the goddamn place? I'm done, bro. You can't embarrass yourself like this as the number 3 seed. I'm sorry. I'm done. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. You know what I'm saying, guys? You guys do whatever you got to do, and you go ahead and whine and cry and say everything about OKC being that team. But the Spurs are leaps and bounds better than I think probably everybody in the NBA right now when it comes to depth and coaching. And that's point blank, period. They had to get their ass whipped uncontrollably to understand that. If you disagree, you disagree. Leave it in the comments. Let's have a conversation. One love.